Hey, precious people. How's everyone doing today? Um, my heart is really breaking. There's a book that Chinua Achebe, wrote in 1958, Things Fall Apart. He said, things fall apart because the center can no longer hold. My name is Precious Wanderer. If it's your first time watching any of my videos, I welcome you. Today is, in America, we are celebrating Memorial Day, the day that, the army, the veterans, those that passed during, fighting for the freedom of America, fighting to make sure that America is safe. And today, all over the world, many people are also remembering their loved ones, remembering history and the things that happened. And why over here there is a jubilation for me that is originally Nigerian. My heart is breaking because things are falling apart in my home, Nigeria. And every day when my customers, when my colleagues, my fellow associates at my job ask me about my country, I try to give them a good picture, but I know that things are falling apart because the center can no longer hold. And literally, Nigeria being a country where everything is controlled from the center, from the federal government, the police, the army, everything is from the federal government. They have refused to decentralize the nation where governors can have more powers, where the police can be controlled from the states. Everything has to come all the way from the top, and it is really killing the nation. Nigeria right now, we have so many facets and so many people that are trying to succeed. We have the IPOB, we have the Biafrans, we have the Oduduwas, we have the men, the Niger Deltas, we have the Middle Beltans. I mean, Nigeria is on the brink of breaking up. And, the northern, the eastern, the western, every geopolitical zone is breaking up. And this is me sounding an alarm for the world to know what is happening in my country called Nigeria. Because there is little we can do, but there is so much we can do because we have to tell our story. We have to tell our story from history and from what is happening today. Because if we don't tell our story, how can the world fight for us? If we don't tell our children, teach them what happened, those that fought in the Civil War, what led to the Civil War, how did the Civil War end? We have to tell our story. And the fact that me being Igbo, from the tribe where this abuse, where this killing has been going on right now, dating back to when we had the 279 girls that were kidnapped all over America, there was solidarity and the world was saying, bring back our girls, bring back our girls. And many of those girls were brought back, except for Leah Sharibu and a few of them that weren't brought back. And the world came together in solidarity. And I am asking, where is the world when what is happening in Africa, in Nigeria is happening? Where is United Nations? Where is the ICJ? Where are the courts? Where are they? Where are the peacekeepers? Where is America? Where is Britain? Now, I don't even want to talk about Britain because Britain put us in the mess that we are right now. The unholy marriage that the British government put Nigeria, and they brought people that have different languages, different cultures, especially different religion, and they put us together. In 1914, they had the amalgamation and they put us together for their own selfish reason. And when this happened, they did not care what to do to the people of Nigeria. And they called us Nigeria. Even the name Nigeria, if many people understand it, is Nigeria. And for those of us that are Americans here, they know what that kind of word is. And that is the word that Lord Lugard's wife went to Britain and carved up Nigeria and called us Nigeria. And we have tried everything to keep this marriage going, but this marriage is bent on breaking up. Because for a marriage to prosper, for a marriage to grow, there has to be unity. There has to be trust. There has to be dependability. There have to be, a good, wholesome marriage. But the marriage called Nigeria is a terrible marriage. And Nigerians are screaming every day. We are fighting corruption. We are fighting tribalism. We are fighting kidnapping. We are fighting the Boko Harams. We are fighting different sects that are bent on destroying Nigerians. And when I go on Facebook and I see things that are heartbreaking, the other day, many people were kidnapped and the families had to pay 150 million and had to pay, give them motorcycles and a bunch of things, and the Nigerian government is not doing anything. And every day I'm waiting for the president, Muhammad Buhari, to come out and speak on what is happening, and he is nowhere to be found. The Fulani herdsmen, they are traveling all through the route of Nigeria. They are grazing openly, destroying people's farmlands and livelihood, and killing them with ammunition and stuff, and the government is not saying anything. And President Buhari does is travel all over the world. He just keeps traveling and traveling, and nothing is done. And the eastern part of Nigeria, Enugu, Imo State, they are killing people every day. In my area, they are killing people every day. And the government is not saying anything. And I'm wondering, what is happening? For how long will you hold this a saying in Igbo that says, for how long will they keep holding our things up in the air, expecting us not to fight, to get back our freedom, to gain back our voice? For how long will this go on? I am sounding an alarm. I am letting my fellow Americans to know. I am letting the world to know that there is killing going on in the eastern part of Nigeria. There is so much killing. The Nigerian army have sent their battalions to Nigeria, to the eastern part of Nigeria. They want to suppress us. They don't want them to say anything. But meanwhile, in the northern part, the herdsmen are killing people, are doing things, and they don't send the armies over there. I have families in the north. They tell me things, how the north has been taken over, and the federal government is not doing anything. There's no army there fighting them. But the peaceful Easterners that are trying to speak up against the oppression of the Nigerian government, they send armies to go and kill them in their numbers. I was watching just 2 days ago, police vehicles with corpses, with bodies of people in their truck, moving them out, sneaking them away. I mean, how can we go on? For how long will this thing called Nigeria continue? I have always believed in Nigeria, but the things that I am seeing is too much. It's too much. The world has to come to our aid. Reverend fathers and priests every day are being kidnapped and butchered. Churches are being burnt down. I'm not hearing the Pope. I'm not hearing Pope Francis say anything about this. I don't know if he's saying something, he's not saying it loud enough. The world has to come to our aid because Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are suffering. We have a government that does not care about the people. We have a president that does not care about the people. We have senators that receive salaries that are higher than the salary that is paid to the American president. And there is nothing they do. The world has to come to our aid. The people of Biafra are crying and screaming. The people of Oduduwa are crying and screaming. If Nigeria cannot come together and decide how to reorganize this country so it can benefit everybody, Nigeria should break apart. We know about the Civil War. As somebody that studied history and government right from high school, I know about the Civil War. I know how 3 million Igbos were killed and starved. We know what the British government, the Germans, what they did and destroyed the Igbo land. We know how they have tried to stifle them. And we also know how our horrible governors are also part and stooges of this thing. Because the oppressed cannot be too oppressed unless they have saboteurs in their midst. We know all these saboteurs. Every day we pray and we cry to God, and God is looking at us. God is a man of war. God is a man of battle. From the beginning of Genesis, the children of Israel fought so many battles. So many battles. We don't want war. We don't want battle. We don't want killing and dying. We want this nation to come together. Come together and rewrite the Constitution. Come together and do things the way it is supposed to be, or break apart, because we cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. It is time for us to speak up. I go on Facebook and I see the way my fellow Nigerians are talking about the Chelsea football match. How Chelsea won, Chelsea this. Many of them are wearing Chelsea flag on their body as dresses. But all of you, have you ever worn green, white, green on your body? Have you ever stood up? How many times have you stood up to speak against the injustice happening? When there was EndSARS, the whole Nigeria came together. We saw what this did for us. We saw how unanimously we can fight this evil that is going on in Nigeria. It's time for Nigerians to begin to teach their children history. Teach your children history so we don't become history again. So history doesn't repeat itself. My fellow Nigerians, I know our hearts are breaking, but this is beyond praying. This is beyond praying. There comes a time when we have to start speaking up. Start speaking up. If we are so afraid of dying, if we are so afraid of what will happen to us, then what is our hope? What is the hope of our children, the children we are giving birth to? What will they inherit? Back in the day, Gary was $1 to £1 in the 80s. Right now, a dollar is almost 450 something, in Naira. The economy is terrible. There is insecurity, hardship, poverty. People are starving. People are beginning to buy other fellow human beings to make money rituals, to do a whole lot of things. The region of Nigeria is so unstable. For how long will we continue like this? Speak up. Let us speak up. Because the more we speak up, the more the news will get to whoever is in charge, whether it's in the United Nations. The more the news will get to them, and the more we'll speak up against what Britain has done and what Britain continues to do, even how they continued to train the SARS police, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, despite how people were crying that they were destroying us. Britain continued to train them, that they even had to, have constitutional meetings in their parliament. If it's enough, they should take their hands off Nigeria and leave Nigeria alone. If you don't want to do anything good to help us, leave us alone. Leave us alone. We are tired of this marriage. We are tired of this unholy, ungodly marriage. Nigeria, we have to come together and fix this country, or we just go our separate ways. We just go our separate ways. It's enough. Leave the Easterners alone and stop killing them. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. It is not by force to be part of this Nigeria. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Nigerian government, it's enough. It's enough.